Morning. This package has just turned up and I think it's the Android head unit I ordered for my Transit Custom. So I'm going to unbox it and show you what you get for the money. Just knife it open. Two packages inside. Like past the parcel, this. Yeah. Screwdriver. Wiring harness with good clear Chinese labels. More bits of wiring. Microphone, GPS antenna, and sorry dog, I think that is the fascia that holds it. Hopefully fits. Hopefully. We'll find out. And this is the car multimedia radio intelligent your road guard. Cool. I don't know if you can see, it's quite well packaged. I think this is the unit. It feels like it is just pretty much an Android tablet with an extra couple of connectors to the back. Which, yeah, pretty much is really. It feels okay. It's like heavy, good quality metal heatsink on the back. See what it's like. There's more stuff in the box. More cables, more wires, and something. Screws. We've got a manual. I don't think that's going to be useful. Let's get on with fitting it. Just on a side note with this one as well, you get the fascia, so that fits the radio and the transit dash, but you also, it holds the tablet unit in there, but you also get these two pieces, and that's the difference between the two different types of transit dash. So I think this is up to like 2016 and this is 2016 onwards. So this type goes in with the dashboard that has the screen in it and the pod for that. This one goes in the older dashboard that just has the kind of holdy bit on top, the not screen dashboard. I think. We'll find out. So I've nipped out to the van and I'm going to start off by removing this factory stereo from the Transit. Obviously, if you've seen my last video, you know the top dash comes out fairly easily on this. The head unit itself I think is a bit more tricky, but we'll get the prying tool, the anti-scratch tool, and we'll crack on and hope I don't put it through the windscreen. So it's just a case of working this in. As I said before, I know there are proper dash removal tools, but this is what I have. Just get it in, give it a twist to pop the clips out, and hopefully the spring clips don't disappear down the dash. There we go. and that's out fairly easy at the top. That's the first part to get out. Now what you're going to need is a T25 bit, because this has 2 screws just down at the top there. Get one. Both of them are out. Little bit fiddly, those ones. You probably need the screws to put the new unit in, so just put them somewhere safe and don't lose them. Now, the head units on these, the top comes out quite easily, but the bottom I've found is a bit more of a challenge. And I think it is the 2 clips down here that just don't seem to easily release. And I think especially when you've got the top out and there's a bit of an angle on, it's a little bit harder. So what I'm going to try and do is get that bottom part to pop out first and see if it's any easier. Nope. Well, there's the top out. Can we get that in? Gap's not quite big enough for this trim removal tool. I think that fascia will just bend. If I can get in behind it and give it a push from behind, it would be good. Nope. There we go. Actually, also not too hard. And the head unit just slides forward and got, where's that plug? Get the bigger ones first. It just clips apart with the weird card thing. You're going to need these buttons for whatever you're doing, so again, just unplug them and this should just come free. There we go. And get that turned around. I've got 50p rattling around in there. I'll get that out later. I don't know whether I'm missing something on this. Rip them screws out the back. Makes it a bit easier. Oof. I think it is just that stubborn. There we are, there's a catch down this side. It's the top edge of that switch. Pop that in. And there we go. I thought I was missing something. So that's the old unit out. There's not a massive amount of space in the back of these. Plenty of plugs here. Obviously these do something on a better model, but not on this one. So yeah, So we've just got some quick detailer and trusty anti-scratch cloth. Give that, just get that a bit damp and pick up all the muck. We've got the Android unit fascia here that these vents need to go onto the back of, so we'll start with that. I think it's exactly the same as the other one, and it should just pop in over these little tabs like that through there, and yeah, click down into place, hopefully. Not quite going in right. Oh, right, you just need to make sure that this goes into the hole properly. Bit of a funny angle going in. Maybe I should have rehearsed this. I haven't done this before. Just being careful not to crack the plastic there. Not perfect fit, but I think it's near enough, and I think once it all goes back in, it should hopefully pull everything where it should be. Yeah, we'll give it a go. So these are the two parts of dash I was talking about. That fits the type of dash top that I've removed. It just goes in there, and hopefully this is the one I need to actually fit the screen unit to the top. I just think it looks a bit better and neater, so that's why I'm going for this one. I think it screws on. I just realised my first mistake. If you put the vents on, you can't actually screw the unit into the front because they cover the vent, some of the screw holes. So hopefully it doesn't rattle without them. I used a super cheap screwdriver that came with this. Oh, this is awkward. That's better. So the screws that come with it are too small to actually do anything. So that one will go in. And you just have to use the two edge ones because the others don't fit. Screwdriver after one screw is already starting to fall apart and shed a bit of metal. It doesn't really fit the screw heads perfectly. That's held in enough. Get that in. Just need to pop the button in now. I think that goes just straight in like that, yeah. So that's the one thing we do know where the plug goes, and it's this one. So I'll leave it out for now and I'll figure everything else out. Ooh, lots of wires. So we've got this bag of wires, these wires, the GPS antenna. I'm going to fit that later. I think these are the ones we need just to power it up and get it basically running. So that goes just in there. It's good that you get an adapter to actually fit with this. Most of the time you don't, and you have to go and search for one. So what does all this do? I think that's the camera in, I think. That one must go there. I think this one just connects straight to the car like that. This one I think is the CAN bus adapter, and I have no idea where it goes. I don't seem to have any other wires, so maybe it just works. Why has it got video leads going into it? I don't seem to have any more plugs for things to plug into. Let's put this somewhere now. At least if I drop it in the glove box, I know where it is to run into the headliner later. I suppose even if it's just loose under the dash, it's going to do something. I'll just stick that under here for now. Doesn't go through the hole. Go over there, fair enough. That'll do. So we got that. We need this. I think it goes on with some of the dodgy screws. Where's cheap screwdriver? There it is. These feel like single-use screws. You can put them in, but they're not coming back out again. Screws are so dodgy, and there's not enough of them to put in all the holes, so it's just as well I didn't. Oh, it feels so bad. Warmed up a bit in here now. I think I'm steaming the windows up. Right. Let's put the key in and see what works. There's not really anything about fitting it in the actual instructions. Let's just start the engine again and see if it needs the engine running. Shouldn't do. Might as well check the fuse. Fuse looks alright to me. Well, that's unfortunate if it's a completely dead unit. I don't really like cheap Chinese Android things. Never mind, I'm sure we'll sort it out. Figure out the problem and then we'll resume this. So yeah, long story short, I believe they've sent me a dead head unit to try and fit here, so great. Give me a like and a subscribe anyway. I will get to the end of this and there probably will be a part 2. Part 2 might be me getting a refund and just not bothering with an Android head unit. I'm sure we'll work something out and we'll get it up and running anyway. But yeah, like and subscribe and I'll see you next time.